Building panels is one of the most dangerous jobs we have on site. With all the variables of what could go wrong, we need to make sure that all lifts are performed as directed in the panel book. The panel book is a necessary guide provided by the engineer to ensure we are lifting and securing the panels efficiently and safely. The panel book will be approved and reviewed by our staff to ensure that all dimensions, weights, and inserts match our structural, tilt panel, and coordination drawings. Make sure you look for this stamp before you use this book. In this book, you'll find necessary information for your operation. Information you will need will be warnings, general notes, a layout key with symbol legend to help you navigate through the drawings, details on the types of hardware and inserts used, and a rigging page to show you the configuration of the slings and instructions for bracing the panels. Now is a good time to pause the operation and huddle to get our heads in the game. Conditions have changed slightly, so let's recognize the current hazards of our operation. Falls. Mobile work platforms are being used to attach the braces, so we need to be sure our craft is tying off with the right gear. Caught in between. Now that we have more equipment in play, creates more caught between situations, not to mention getting your hands caught between the panels during installation or between the basket and the panel while working. Struck by. There are several struck by hazards, being hit by the panel, equipment, or tools being dropped from the man lift. Electrocution. Check the site again for any electrical lines. Not all lines are overhead. Look down on the ground and make sure there is no power cords leading into the building. Make sure your site is safe before any operation. Time to rig these panels up. For this lift, we are renting the rigging equipment from a crane company. Remember, there's a lot of heavy components here, so we must watch all our crush points. Getting the rigging off the truck is an operation in itself and must be done systematically. We don't want anyone getting hurt. First, our team takes off the major spreader bar and using the panel book aligns the distance of the eyelets to the called out dimensions on the specific panel page. Now that the major spreader bar is ready, let's pick up the spreader sling and pulley. Just because this equipment is rented, we can't assume that it's all been inspected. Take the time to inspect all the rigging. Certified riggers will look for any damage and proper tagging on all devices. If you see something, say something. The life you save may be your own. Once the rigging is in place, quickly tighten up the lines for a final check of the rigging system. Looks like we have a shackle facing the wrong way. Let's get it back in position and it's time to fly. Remember to have good housekeeping and always clear path for this panel. Each lift should be discussed before lifting and all tools and materials should be ready to go. Now that the panel is up, time to brace the panel into position, and once it's secure, we can finally remove the clutch. There are three types of braces. Adjustable pipe braces are telescoping pipes that come in various dimensions. They can range from 7'6" to 40 feet. Pipe braces have a fixed length. They can come in ranges of 16'6" to 32 feet 3. Heavy-duty pipe braces have a larger diameter than the other two for a greater capacity. All of them have an 18-inch threaded rod for adjustment and connecting shoes for anchoring. Going back to our panel book, we can see the engineer also has instructions for bracing. Not only do we have to be specific with the locations of the braces on the panel face, but we also need to know what we are bracing to. Most panels are braced to an already placed slab, or SOG, slab on grade. These techniques make it easy because there's a lot of real estate to choose from, and as long as you stay within 5 degrees of plumb and the slab in that area is thick enough, you can support the brace. However, here at Large Mammal, we have a hardy truss system and cages to corral the mammals inside the building, so we're going to have to brace these panels from the outside. This will require additional planning and layout, and the engineer has already given us two choices. A deadman is a type of false work that is temporary and can support various structural elements to a desired load. The design and tabulated loads will be communicated by the engineer. In this video here, we're looking at a regular slab-on-grade installation where we're installing the bottom of the brace with a specified anchor and fixing that brace into position. Installation of the brace into a deadman is no different, except in this case the engineer has detailed out a brace insert to be embedded in the deadman during installation. This will result in no drilling of the deadman. We can simply bolt the base of the brace just as we did the top and the face of the panel. You may have seen other types of deadmen that are above ground. These usually handle smaller loads, and they're usually used to brace up vertical formwork. Because of the cost and the lengthy process of having to cast and place all those deadmen around the building, we have decided to go with the brace badger. The brace badger is considered a drillable pile that can support high loads. This process is much more cost effective and requires less equipment and manpower to install. Once we install this as manufacturer's instructions, we can connect the brace to the badger and plumb up the wall. After one more inspection of the braces, we can now take the load off the crane and release the clutches by pulling the rope attached to them. Now we can start the process all over and install the next panel. Good luck out there, and remember, safety first, watch out for each other, and good luck.